loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, loud, loud. No. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, loud, loud. No. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. We don't lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners. Still blue.
Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. Carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chants, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Reetz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this. I'm still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Just a Perspective. Welcome for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. I do hope you're all doing well. It's going to be an interesting show today. This is not necessarily the match preview, but you can call it a match build-up show. Another serious London derby is coming up in a few days' time. And yeah, we're here to discuss whether the manager Enzo Maresca should unleash Estêvão magical Williams on Willian on that day. He's been in excellent form, and I get it. And chances are would see him and Pedro Neto on the pitch at the same time, just like we did experience against Barcelona, but I doubt whether he'd do that on that day. Yeah, because one of Liam Delap or Pedro Neto probably most definitely will start, or even both, but I don't know. So should Chelsea unleash Estevão Willian on the biggest stage domestically yet? Yeah. The kid is fearless, is electric, is unpredictable, and Arsenal have no answer, in my opinion. If you ask me, they probably be crapping their pants right now with the fear of Estevão starting against them. Yeah, because if you look at it from the perspective of the fact that there's no other player that offers anything close to what Cole Palmer offers, but more importantly, in general, the ability to pull the rabbit out of the hat to help us win a game. Estevao is the closest. He's an excellent creator too. He's not capable of producing magic. He can create for his teammates too. Will he come off the bench? Will he start on the day? Maresca, when asked about that, he didn't look. He was willing to give away anything. But that game, a very, very serious game. It's one of those games that you could say when you look at it, you're not too sure. There's no way to tell how it will pan out. But one thing is certain, it will be a high-octane football, in my opinion. It will certainly break or to one side, but I hope it breaks in our favor. Usually when, usually if the case is that one of the two teams, either Arsenal or Chelsea, is in, you can say, awful form, then it'd be easy to say, yeah, definitely the result will go the other way. Because the truth remains, irrespective. Let's say if we're in a situation where Arsenal, if they've lost, if they won 0 games in 99 attempts, and the next game they play will be us, Chelsea, yeah, chances are they're more likely to win that game, and vice versa. But that's, by the way, we will start with news hunting, so I can keep you busy with news hunting, and hopefully our panelists would join me so you can get diversified opinion and not just listen to I alone waffle. It's always nice to get diversified opinion. They say 2 heads are better than 1. But more importantly, thank you for finding the time to join me. Okay, I haven't done this. Let's see what we have. We're streaming in 2 formats at the same time. We're streaming in landscape and vertical format at the same time. I've not been allowed into the program yet by YouTube, but I'm using StreamYards on what's it called? What's the language I'm looking at? Native. native, you could say, software to stream in that manner, with a little bit of caveat there, but I don't want to talk about it. We're here to discuss Chelsea Football Club. In the chat, do we have anything? I remember I did see Tebehu's comment there. What's going on? What's going on? Give me one. Yep, a few comments here from Tebehu. Let me look at it again. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Tebehu in the chat, and yeah, first one to like. Okay, I appreciate you doing that, but thank you, Tebehu. And we have Tebehu also here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're getting closer and closer to 30K subscribers. Hopefully, we get there as soon as possible. And Ty is here. Up big Ty. I appreciate you finding time to join the conversation. This gives me nostalgia. Blue Morning Show. Yeah, the layers, I haven't created one for EV Mux, the other web application that I used to stream, and I have to recreate it because it wasn't done properly. I did it myself because I have design experience, but wasn't too sure how to create it. So yeah, it lays on top of the screens for the speakers, but the speakers in this case can cover the layout. Let's see about time. Nice to see you. More importantly, big up. Please kindly share the link. I've done so. Let me know if you've seen it, but I'm quite sure you're able to see it. This StreamYard application feels kind of strange to me because I haven't used it in a while. So let's go. As usual, on Vince's timeline, my bro, I trust him a lot. A very humble guy. Let's see if there's anything there to address while I wait for panelists to join, so that we can have a good, so that you get diversified opinion, and with more importantly have good conversation. So yeah, if you were Liverpool, would you consider second slot? I think I would. I don't think it's tactically good enough for the Premier League. I think it'd be correct to actually argue that he lived off of the work that Jurriën Klopp did. Yeah. So now that he's made changes, signed his own players, things got worse, let go players that were core to him winning title, in my opinion. They were pivotal to him winning the Premier League title. And Agile Yedikachi, it's been a minute. Nice to see you once again. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. It's been quite a long time. But please, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. On the landscape format, we have 10 people. Vertical format, 6 people. Let's see how this experience goes today. But more importantly, I think we'll learn a lot from it. But we're not using YouTube or YouTube's own native application, but that of StreamYard. So let's see, honest lot, not my business. I shouldn't be reading that. So this year presents 5 teenagers scored on Champions League match day 5, and 3 of them are Chelsea players. Or maybe the more accurate language now would belong to Chelsea. I don't know. Giovanni Quenda made 1 assist and scored 1 goal. Estêvão Willian scored a delicious goal. Golazo or whatever. I'm not sure how else to define that goal, but it was a beautiful one. Victor Daddison, age 17, I think that's Copenhagen. And Leonard Carl, Bayern, the kid is electric. You can say he's the reason Nicholas Jackson isn't getting enough minutes. Then Dastan, the 17-year-old, was Kazakhstan was his country, but he was he's been in electric form of late, doing so well, and I hope he gets. And there's a pathway for him to Chelsea. He sees that, you could say, he will in the future become one of the best strikers in world football if he continues in this trajectory. All right. Beyond that, what else do we have here? Carlos was on the OB1 podcast. They're talking about football in general, nothing about Chelsea Football Club in that case. What else do we have here? All right, let's see. Declan Rice speaks about Moises Caicedo. First and foremost, Declan Rice said, I have a lot of respect for Moises. I've played against him since his Brighton days, since I was at West Ham. I voted him last year in my PFA Team of the Year. I thought he was outstanding in last year, and he started this year incredible well as well. And there's so much comparison between us, but we are playing different positions. Something I said when I talked about both of them in X. You can say the the positions they each play define the numbers we see for each of them. It will never be the same, given the fact that they are utilized in a different manner. So he says, yeah, that's an intelligent comment by Declan Rice there, and class too, really, for him to have voted for Moises Caicedo. I voted him last year in my PFA Team of the Year. I thought he was outstanding last year, and he started this year incredible well as well. And there's so much comparison between us, but we are playing different positions. He's a full-blown 6, and I am a more box-to-box 8. So that Sunday is going to be an interesting game. But I think the most important thing is that I have a lot of respect for him as a player, like Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira did. And yeah, it's an exciting battle between us, and it's one that I will definitely, I will be ready, that Declan Rice will be ready for. And I'm just happy he said the same thing I said when I posted something about two of them on X. Yeah, the positions they each play for their respective clubs define the output we see in terms of numbers. Yeah, if you view it from the perspective of what you could say the hybrid of 8 and 6, Declan Rice will have a better output. If you view it from the perspective of them being 6s, then Moises Caicedo will have better output. So it's really that simple. And I don't want to get into the argument of who's better, but if you be, again, let's just leave it at that. No link. My goodness, this app has become so quirky, it's not funny. I'm going to do it one more time. For instance, if I'm exchanging messages with Dante, I'm not able to see those messages in my iPad, but I'm able to see it when from my cell phone. It just doesn't make sense, really. Give me 1 second here. It just doesn't make sense, and I'm not sure why that's the case. It's become so horrible since they're trying, you could say, implement the encrypted messaging system. They changed it to chat, not message, but that's not an issue. But they've not been able to seamlessly, you could say, push out the encrypted messaging system. It's been problematic, really. And I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that issue on my iPad. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 22 people following the show on the vertical format, and only 10 on the vertical format and 22 on the landscape format. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I will reshare it again. Give me 1 second here. All right, let's see. So, but this is class from Declan Rice, really. The fact that he voted for him. All right, I think we'll have a lot of commentaries to read. Give me 1 second here. My goodness, this app has become an absolute house dung, really. I know they will eventually fix it, but the rollout, you can argue, poorly managed. That's why sometimes it takes like 1,000 years for the messaging. Yeah, I'm able to see the link from here. Yeah, and look at it. It just levels them as groups. Or maybe the issue is on your end, Tabeo. I'm still able to see that I did send the link, but I'm going to try and send it directly to you. Remember, they've started to format the link, so it's not going to look like a link. It will be like a box with a box shadow. Then you see something. Yeah, yeah, it's broken really. I'm able to see that I sent a link, but I'm gonna do it one more time, maybe directly to you. If anybody else wants it, let them talk to me. Let's see. Holy crap. Yeah, it's not showing, even though I've sent it directly to you right now. So I'm not sure what the problem is right now. I'm gonna find another way to do that. Um, this is crazy, but I'm able to see that I sent the link. I don't like this. It's just causing unnecessary distractions here. But I'm gonna let me find a solution to that before we continue. Actually, so Enzo Maresca here. Enzo Maresca, when you rotate a lot and the level is still the same, that is the most important thing for the manager, because you can see that even if you rotate the level and the result, yeah, there you go. Because you can see that even if you rotate, okay, let me read that again. Tevejo's entrance, you can say, distracted me a bit. So Enzo Maresca here is saying, when you rotate a lot and the level is still the same, that is the most important thing for the manager, because you can see that even if you rotate the level and the results are always there. For sure, when you have your best players are on the pitch, the level is always higher, but it's impossible when you play so many games. You have to try to rotate, and you can say to maintain momentum. And here's the thing: I knew it was going to take time, and I thought it was, you can say, we'll probably get to mid-season before the rotation wouldn't, you can say, wouldn't have a considerable what's the language I'm looking for? Downside effect, maybe, for lack of a more specific language there. But I mean, you can say it's working perfectly to a considerable extent, and I'm happy for that. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And Jay is here. Just says we win. The gap is 3 points. They win. The gap is 9 points. It's a 6-pointer. The whole league will be looking at this match. Come on, Chelsea. Let's make these week 10 10-10 rating. I think we can. Hopefully they do us proud on the day. I just want to see them give a good account of themselves, and I trust the manager to find a way for us to win that game. Tebejo, big up to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join me on the panel. How are you doing today?
Big up, big up, big up, big up. Let me just do something, coach. I'm gonna come back to you.
All right, go ahead. I'll continue news hunting here. And this one made me laugh, even though we've had situations, you can say, we've had times where I think how many years that we weren't part of the Champions League. And after I returned to the Champions League, we now have 97 wins. United 96, Arsenal 93, and Liverpool 91. Yep, let me read it. The title, English club with the most Champions League wins. We are a huge club. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Yeah, I agree. Look at it. Even though we missed out on occasions, we still have the highest number of wins in the Champions League. I know Arsenal fans are not going to like this, but that tells you we're the bigger club. So Vince here reports, quoting Footy headlines, a new Nike will release a long sleeve retro lifestyle jersey for Chelsea as part of the 2026 Thought Kit collections. I'm not sure. I'm very picky with what I put in, but I'm not sure I like that
Yeah,
one.
I'm back. I'm back.
Okay. So big up. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Can't complain. How about you?
I can't complain either. Did you see this post? Stats that show we have the most Champions League wins, even though we've not been consistent in the competition.
No, no, no. I haven't seen that. Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Yeah, we have
Oh,
97. Manchester United 96 wins, Arsenal 93 win, Liverpool 91 wins, even though we've not been considered in the competition.
wow. This is
See,
good, man.
it is cool, really, and I like it that the person that shared it, he again captioned it, English club with the most Champions League wins. We are a huge club. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I love that, really, honestly. So let me see. Zola here talking about Cole Palmer. A lot of commentaries before we get to discussing whether Estevão Willian should start on Sunday against Arsenal or not. Gianfranco Zola here in England. Cole Palmer is one of my favorite. I really like him as a player. Also, I came across um okay, they met a couple of times and I enjoyed the person as well. So he's had conversations with him and he's trying to say he likes him, you could say, as he's a good human, as a lot of people would say. I like very much that part of him, the, this unpredictability. If I can say that, that he's a gut on the pitch, he's a free spirit. Okay, that's they're quoting him with his exact words. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation. Another top performance by Quenda. 11 goal and assist in all competitions so far this season, 5 goals and 6 assists. I think he's more of a creator than a goal scorer, but he's a fine again. He can hit the ball so sweetly. He can score on his day, but he's more focused on creating for his teammates. I think Maresca will love him a lot. Yesterday, I was it yesterday? Yeah, 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 key passes, most in the game. What a talent he is. Tebeho, what do you make of him? Giovanni Quenda. He comes next summer, right? Oh, I think he joins us next season. I think that'd be the most accurate way to phrase it.
Yeah, Giovanni Kanda is coming next season. Oh man, what a play! I can't wait to watch him at Chelsea because I've been following Sporting Lisbon, but this isn't not a lot because to be honest, my only reason that I was following Sporting was because of Ruben Amorim and Victor Gogoret. So unfortunately, they both went to our rival club. But again, I'm watching sometimes. Giovanni Quenda is a fantastic player. And start of the season, he was not getting enough game time, but it seems like he pushed the coach to start him again, and now he's playing regularly, which is good.
He's such a talent, man. I mean, I think the coach will face questions if you leave him on the bench. The kid is good, and I can't wait for next season either. Noni Madueke facing Chelsea. I guess we should see first versus second. They have got a top team, and we've got a top team. We shall see. Okay, I mean, he respects us. He respects us. I hope Enzo Maresca has a good plan. I trust him. I trust he has a good plan for us. And the win against Barcelona. I think that will be talked about until until after the Arsenal game. Terry was on the stands with Hiddink, and he was pictured with Hiddink celebrating. He enjoyed himself, and look at him talking about Cucurella. He says, "I also have to speak about Cucurella. How good was he last night? I am going to put it out there. He is one of the best left backs in the world in football at the moment. He's everything I want to see in the Chelsea player at the moment. Aggression, great 1v1, a threat going forward. The threat he shows in every aspect of his game is what I love about him as a player. That you can say I've said before that Cucurella, the way he applies himself on the pitch, he does come across as erratic, but at the same time very effective. And boy, I love him so much. I don't know. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, Cocorella is so good, man. I'm glad Manchester City flew off that deal because I remember he was close to going to Manchester City, but again, Brighton asked a lot of money, and That time, Todd Bowley was the sporting director, so he didn't care about money. He said, "Okay, Thomas Tuchel, you want this guy? I'm going to sign him for you," and he signed Marco Corella. And he almost went to Manchester United as well under Poch. And then I think Pochettino made some bold decision by playing him in a cup tie, and Manchester United pull out that deal. Man, thank God it worked out for us. Now he is world class, best left back in the world for me.
I mean, he's always had it in him. He's a player that I knew very well before we signed him. I was never concerned when people were busy blaming him for, you say, the poor showings we experienced at the time. Under Potter, I think everything started under Potter, but I never doubted him. I wasn't at any time. I didn't buy into the narrative at the time that he was a bad player. He was never a bad player. It's just lack of understanding with regards to how he applies himself. Remember, we used to call him a sweeper defender, and he still does that, but usually again occupied on the left hand side doing a lot of work. That given the way Enzo Maresca utilizes him, he's a very intelligent player. I'm not saying he's perfect. He has a weak point. He's not that good at dribbling, but he finds a way to release the ball as quickly as possible that he won't be needing to beat his man and to be able to, you can say, to do something nice, be productive with the ball. Chimera, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Tabeho, if you're there, can you change the color of the bar to blue? Just
Okay,
scrolling
okay, no
text.
problem.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Ty says here, Kukurea was a player so many people gave up on. Coach Me and small accounts online were the ones. Yeah, Ty just reminds me something. I think the slander at the time were mainly coming from big accounts, in all honesty, because that's what they do. Name calling, finger pointing, that's what brings the views for them. Had some of them you could say, I don't know how to be objective, unfortunately. Small accounts online were the only ones who believed in him, his ability to find passing lanes where you don't know one exists. I can remember me saying that 1,000 times. He's good at it. And you could
Is it
argue,
the color okay?
yeah, it can a bit darker, not too bright, but that works too.
Okay.
If you, yeah, but you can say Maresca knew that. He knew him before he joined Chelsea. That's more pinkish. He knew him before he joined Chelsea, and that works. I mean, we can go with that. Before he became Chelsea manager, and probably wanted him to stay. I think probably I'm quite sure he communicated that to the hierarchy that yeah, he wants Kukurea to stay. But that's by the way. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Nice to see that Terry likes what he's seen so far. So let's see. I don't want to talk about the Bayern game really. I think we'll go back to news hunting uh, uh, once again we were through discussing the two important items we have lined up here. But before we do that, today I want to ask you this question. I'm quite sure you've seen reports suggesting that we're interested in signing Murillo. I like him. I don't know. Do you believe the news?
I'm not sure, man, because like for me personally, the journalist that I believe right now in terms of Chelsea news, I would say Sky Sports, Calva something,
Mhm.
Fabrizio Romano, and David Austin. But again, Murillo, oh man, one of my favorite players in the Premier League. I wouldn't mind Chelsea signing him, but again, in order to sign him, I think we need to make a space. For example, maybe sell Bernard Barishile because Murillo is a footed centre back, so we need balance. And then we can sell Barishile and maybe someone else, then we can buy him. But again, he won't be cheap. He's Brazilian and he's a Premier League proven, so he won't be cheap. But again, if we have a chance to sign him, hell yeah, man! I don't care what happened to Sa and who Aaron Anselmino from Murillo is a baller. I like that kid.
Yeah, I do like him really. How old is he right now? 23, 22?
23, I think.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. Honestly, that even I remember that I said that severally, honestly. But thank you, bro, for joining. You were one of those that didn't give up on him, that keep reminding people that yeah, he's an intelligent and also a good player. And here, Melvin says if Sunderland can beat them, it should be easy peasy for Arsenal. I hope they come into that game with that mindset. I hope so. I hope Arsenal comes into that game with the mindset if Sunderland can beat us, then it should be easy peasy for them. Yeah, I hope so. I hope they do that and then learn the hard way that in football 2 plus 2 doesn't always equal to 2. Yeah, football isn't played on paper. Football is played over 90 minutes plus added time. You can look at numbers and get you can say a sensible idea with regards how what would be the most possible outcome for a particular game. But that's not to say that certainly the game will end in that way. Yeah. Once again, football is played up over 90 minutes plus added time. It's really that simple. But I hope to God, Arsenal fans, Arsenal players are coming to the game, going to the game with the mindset that, yeah, Sunderland beat us. Yeah, for them, it'd be A, B, C, D like. I hope they do. Yeah. And your name scares the heck out of me. Is that Drake's? Oh, Drake, yeah, Drake 1905 says that we don't need to be signing no CVs. We got Cowell to come back, Sa from loan, and Josh. We have a Salmina too. He did well last time out. We need to not block their paths. Here's the thing: I'm blocking anybody's path is the least of my concerns. If we decide we're gonna go out and sign another CV, let's just sign one that is ready to come in and be part of the squad and make us better. That's all I ask. Big clubs sign players all the time. I only ask that we sign good ones, better than the ones we already have, and not sign anyone that's not as good as the ones we have. And you could say not make us better in any way. But if we can find a good player that we want to sign, go ahead, do it. I don't care. That's what big clubs do. The sentiment, you can say, of ensuring there's a path to the first team for young players. Sometimes fans ask too much. And you could argue had the owners, again, if they choose to follow the blueprint set by the fans, would have an entire squad made up of the Chelsea Academy. It wouldn't be a bad thing, but the question is, do you really believe if that's the case, that would be good enough to be even be where we are in the current Premier League table? I don't think would be. So I think we should say that cautiously. We cannot eat our cake and have it at the same time. If you want the club to do well, they're going to continue signing players irrespective of how many we have. If they find any player that they believe will make us even better, they sign that player, even if it means letting go one of or two of our current players, but be better, they do it. And I'm all for it. Yeah. But thank you for joining the conversation. Drake, I appreciate you. I want to ask the coach, players and fans going in thinking they already won. Yeah, exactly. And that's a dangerous mindset. I hope they do. Yeah. And from what we're hearing, it's safe to say that Arsenal fans definitely, most definitely believe, yeah, that they've won the game already. I think that's the case. Yeah. They probably believe, yeah, they have won already. It's a done deal for them. Just like PSG, I hope. But Arteta is a smart man. I think he'd do all he can to not let complacency set in. But at the same time, whether they show up or not, I think, yeah, we will show up. Be real, to beat Arsenal, you got to outscore them. Chelsea give every team a lot of chances. Not every team. Did you look at our game against did you look at the
Barcelona.
numbers from Barcelona? Yeah, In the
And
second half, they had a 0.06 xg. First half, the same thing. They finished the game, I think, around with 0.18 xg. So if we have a good plan and implement the plan to a T, I think we'll get a good result. And I've said this before, with our current squad, I'm not concerned. The stronger the opposition, let me use more specific languages there, not just to stick with the bigger the occasion. The stronger the opposition, the bigger the occasion, or you can say the more informed the team we're playing against, the more confident I feel, honestly. And the pattern is clear, and I think my you can say my belief, I think it'd be correct to call it that, is justified, or maybe justifiable, because if you still want to look at it, go look at it. We seem to do better when we play against the so-called stronger oppositions, but struggle against the mid-table and bottom-table teams. I hope to God they do. I pray so. I've been listening. Go ahead, Tabeo.
And also, Barcelona 2 chances in the first half they had is because of our mistakes. Reece James gave away the balls twice, and they almost scored. That's it. They never did nothing to us. If I'm not mistaken, in the first half.
No, you're not. You're not. We smothered them. We smothered them. We didn't give them space. The first chance they had was a mistake we made from passing out from the back, which is how we actually out Barcelona. And you can argue, I mean, that's not down to the fact that you can say they finished the game with one man down. But yeah, we were on top of them. We outplayed them, and he got, you could say, he got red carded close to the end of the first half. So it wasn't like he got it early on in the game that you could say it'd be correct to argue that it was because they played with a man down. But go ahead if you're still saying something, to Bill.
Yeah, all I'm saying, like defensively right now, to be honest, if we have Fofana available, I think we are more comfortable defensively. So now, I'm not scared of any team. I know Arsenal at the moment, they are so strong, they are solid at the back. They have Saka, they can create chaos. But also, the only thing that I'm more scared about them is the set piece. That's it. But in terms of outplaying us, I don't think so. But in terms of set pieces, I think they are good, and they are good at that at the moment.
Yeah, you could argue we haven't mastered how to defend such approach, but the good thing is that Sanchez, his high claim numbers have improved significantly, and that has helped us deal with set piece situations from mid-season 24-25 until now. He's improved in that aspect. But that's, by the way, I was going to ask you something, Tabejo. I think I believe that Fofana will start that game. But I think it also makes sense to look at things and say, yeah, he's played a lot. I don't think Enzo Maresca would want to risk a situation where he gets injured and then be out of the squad for a while again. But I think he's arguably our best CV. He had, you can say he was low key one of our best players in that game against Barcelona. But let's say you, Tabejo, I think it makes sense to start him as long as he's fully fit against Arsenal.
Yeah, 100%. Since Fofana is back, we had I think three clean sheet, him and Trevor Chalaba. So we need to keep that pairing consistent so that we can keep more clean sheets. That means Robert Sanchez won't have a lot of work to do. So we should keep Wesley Fofana, and he's technically good. So and also what I love about Wesley Fofana, he doesn't get exposed a lot. So we should play him. But again, if he's ready, if the coach feels like he's ready, but hopefully he'll be ready because I need our best players against Arsenal.
Yeah, Houston. Melvin is saying, Melvin, Everton Channel 230. Nice to have you here. I'm glad you part of the conversation, and I like it that you're keeping it civil here. Your opinion matters. That's how we operate. Melvin says, to be real, question, can Chelsea stop Arsenal from scoring? Yes, now they don't beat Arsenal. Chelsea give up a lot of chances. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this again. This is the sort of game that you see, you'd be surprised at how well Chelsea will play against Arsenal. It happened against PSG, and it happened against Barcelona. Irrespective of whether Barcelona has, you could say, a horrendous defensive line, but look at things from an offensive perspective. In 50 games plus, they've scored in 50 games plus, or 50 in total. Then against Chelsea, they didn't score any. So again, I'm going to say this: football isn't played on paper, and football. If you follow, I'm quite sure you follow football enough long enough to know that in football, 2 + 2 doesn't always equal 4. Yeah, sometimes you get surprise results and be scratching your head in shock, not understanding how you can say your experiences some outcomes in football. You understand? That's why we have what's called the underdogs. Remember, for instance, the Sunderland in question, did Arsenal beat Sunderland? No. They actually could have lost. Didn't they concede first on the day? They did. They do look like the same Arsenal that were smashing people. So football doesn't work like that. And if you want to see it like that, then I think it's important that I remind you that Enzo Maresca he's good at breaking records. He's good at, you can say, breaking jinx or hoodoos maybe. And a prime example would be how well he did against Brentford. That you could say that in the previous years or maybe under the previous managers have had a lot of fun playing against us. But he changed that. So football doesn't work like that. I get it. You're correct. Maybe what we experienced against Barca, the fact that, yeah, we didn't allow them a lot of space to have a go again, we didn't allow them a lot of chances. Maybe, yeah, that's a sign that things have changed. You never know. So, but I get your point, really. I'm not going to argue otherwise. Barcelona weak defense, even Club Rouge puts a 3 past them. That was, I agree, folks. That was end to end. But remember, I said, okay, look at things for the game against Chelsea. Look at things from an offensive perspective, how well we did against them. You cannot tell me, I get it, that was this kid that was out. That alone doesn't tell the whole story. We were the better side on the day, irrespective of how anybody wants to spin it or maybe try to play it down. Good morning to you too, Chelsea Ultra. Nice to see you out. I hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding time to join the conversation, my bro. It's been a while, and thank you for always hyping the videos. That does go a long way. If we can defend against Arsenal the way we did against Barcelona, we will be okay. That game was an absolute masterclass. Yep, the manager's plan, the players implementing the game plan to a T, and yeah, it was good to see. Yes, we can stop them from scoring. We need okay, I improved. We've seen after the Sunderland game loss, yeah, we've improved actually. Also, we're running on a good morale and hype. All the boys got to do is execute the plan, because the manager, he's a really good tactician. I think he's proven that. I just hope he doesn't overthink things. It's really as simple as that. Okay, Dante, Ty responding to someone in the chat there. Arsenal is no joke. Chelsea has to play Sabah. No, again, it'd be stupid to take them for granted, irrespective of how good the manager is tactically. They have a very, very good side. And here's the player I fear the most is actually Chieze. I'd argue, go to the extent of arguing, he's actually a much better player than Saka. He has a lot more to his game. He can play on the flanks, he can play centrally as a 10. But what the signing he is, he's an excellent player, honestly. He can create, he can finish, he has excellent vision. Man, I love Chieze. Yeah. But let's see, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We don't have a lot of leadership in our defense. I agree. We just got to keep them healthy. I do agree. But that's by the way, what else do we have here? Let's look at this particular comment here from who? So this one, I don't think that's a good way to place that. We're not going to be able to read it. Estevao agent and Andre Corey says Barcelona should have managed Vitor Roque. How Chelsea are managing Estevao. You could say the same. Real Madrid, how they didn't manage Hendricks start to life as a Madrid player very well. If you sign a player, you have to do what Chelsea did and bring him on gradually. And this is his agent. But we have, you could say, Chelsea fans sounding as if the player himself will feel hard done by missing certain games, by the manager taking him off in certain games, by the manager, you can say, introducing him, you can say, making his integration process a gradual one. Nothing wrong in that. Yeah, the second paragraph reads, if you sign a player, you have to do what Chelsea did. Bring him on gradually. Give him playing time. Vitor was often put on the wing and he doesn't play. That's a different topic altogether. But the most important point here is, you can say, the integration process should be a gradual process. You don't want to do it in a manner that the player will feel pressured, irrespective of how good that player is. Irrespective of the fact, yeah, there's no bigger pressure than playing for the Brazilian senior team. I get it. I had that conversation with one of my friends in Bri on X. She mentioned, yeah, there are bigger shoulders. You can say that even their presence alone reduces the weight on the kid. You can say conduce him, maybe conduce him. Yeah, I think that'd be correct. Conduce him from the noise from the media, the hype from the media, so it doesn't get into his head. But I am thankful that he does seem like a very humble individual. So that alone gives me hope that, yeah, irrespective of how you hype him, he still remains that same humble Estevao. Chelsea Ultra here says Maresca is a far better tactician than Arteta. But here's the thing, the truth remains Arteta has, like I said, what would be the most accurate language to use here? They have more of a unit than we do right now. Irrespective of the fact we're starting to see togetherness here, some gelling maybe. We're starting to play more like a unit, but they have, you can say, they're more of a unit than we are. And that's a huge factor. And that's because, yeah, some of them have been together for a while now. They just made new signings here and there to fortify the team. So I agree. This game will come down to the players on the pitch and the substitute. You can say, yeah, game management too. I agree. Reece James is 25 years, but he has a limited Premier League experience. If we think about it, yeah, I like this. I like where this is going. Let me see if we're thinking the same thing. The last time he was fully fit for a season was at Wigan, and then he was being impeded gradually by Lampard in 2019-2020. But in terms of, again, the experience, the first part of the latter part, I understand, but I want to say something with regards to the first part. He's 25 years, but he has limited Premier League experience. There are younger players who's played more Premier League games than him, more experience in the Premier League than him. Yeah, so that brings us to what I always tell people. Unfortunately, we use age and experience interchangeably, and sometimes not recognizing that some younger players are actually very experienced. Yeah, so thank you for saying that. And he says, I don't mind it instead of being carefully managed. We've seen a lot of young talents burn out early in the game, but I do think he could play a little more. I mean, we could just get him, use him to not be fully fit the game after the Arsenal game. I'd say start him against Arsenal, get the result, then the next one, Cole Palmer comes in and then he rests. You never know. But we don't want to burn him out. And at the same time, we don't want him to feel like, yeah, it's him or we're done. I know he's not that sort of individual, but that is something that can happen subconsciously. I agree, Coach. They are a unit. This is why I believe, again, it will be down to the players on the pitch. Yep, down to the minute details. It will take perhaps some mistakes or, yeah. But we've seen instances even where, even in such situation where it just breaks to one side. In a manner that a lot of people don't see happening, because yeah, the referee's decision can make that happen. No, we shouldn't underestimate Arsenal, and it's a dangerous mindset. And especially, you can say they're in good form. I like the fact they're in good form. They have you can say nearly all their best players back. All of them, actually. I don't think they have any injury issues, but we'll look at it when we preview the game. But right now, we're here to discuss whether Estevao should play. Yeah, that game, I don't estimate Arsenal. I'm quite sure Maresca doesn't underestimate them. I'm quite sure he would want to get one over Arteta. And not even a draw. He would want to beat them and beat them handsomely. We're not no, we don't. You got it back. We don't. Yeah, actually. I like how you presented that disclaimer to him. But one more comment here. Also, shout out to Kwenda, goal and assist yesterday. Let him cook. He will be huge for us. And once again, if I'm reading some of the comments, but I think if I highlight it on the screen, you'd see it. I'm not sure. That's because we're streaming in dual formats, vertical and landscape. So some of the comments that I highlight on the screen here, you're not going to see them. So Tebeho, what do you make of this comments? That reflects our argument that that Enzo Maresca has handled he's handled Esteva's start to life as a Chelsea player perfectly.
Yeah, even listening to Chelsea legends, maybe on Talksport or whatever channel they're talking about Estevao, and then they're praising Enzo Maresca. That is not putting a lot of pressure on this kid. Yes, is a wonderful player, but again, he's still young. He's still 18. He still have to learn a lot of things. So maybe the way we're handling him this season, we do things like this. Maybe next season, after 2 seasons, he can be maybe our main starter. But again, he's pushing, and I'm glad that he's pushing Enzo Maresca all the way. But again, I'm happy, man. We should not put pressure on an 18-year-old kid. Come on, we are bigger than that.
I know we've talked about this. Let's talk about it once again. The kid is a very, very humble kid, and I think that will do him a world of good from the perspective of his career. I think he will go places. He doesn't come across as one that's full of himself. I don't want to start mentioning names because it'd be wrong you could say mention names, and it turns out that I'm wrong because I don't know any of them personally. But the truth remains that from what we've seen, this kid is very humble, and that for me, you can say humility leads to success, in my opinion. Look at how good he is, but he doesn't. You can say he behaves differently from big stars we've seen in football. But let's hear you, Tobeho.
Yeah, 100%. I think his parents maybe had a factor because it seems like he's a family boy. He's been raised well, so he knows he's learning a lot from his father or his parents, I should say. So his time will come to be our main player. At the moment, he's not the main player. He's one of our good players. But hopefully, one of better days he'll be our main player. But again, Enzo Maresca mentioned that NATO is still there. And then we know Enzo Maresca prefer Pedro because of the experience. Sometimes the experience counts in the Premier League. So that's why Estevao doesn't start a lot of games. But again, I think after that performance, he must start again against Arsenal. We will see.
Yeah, I agree with you. And let me ask you this question. While you speak, I'm going to try to change the poll on both formats. The question I asked people on the board, he asked, should Estevao start versus Arsenal? Out of 27 votes, I mean, not a good sample size, but still, I think it's close to what we know Chelsea fans would want. 81% wants him to start. 4% says no, rest him. 15% says super sub. What would you like to see on the day, Tobeho? I want to hear your debate on whether he should start, whether he should be super sub. He's definitely, irrespective of what happens, I think definitely he's going to be on the bench. If it's not, if it does, he will be part of the squad, so to speak, of the match day squad. If it's not on the pitch, he will be on the bench, or vice versa. I don't see a world where the manager leaves him out entirely from the squad. But let's hear your argument to whether we should unleash. I think I would be better off using that word, unleash him against Arsenal. Let's hear you, Tobeho.
Yeah, for me personally, I would like him to start because I'm watching Califori and Lewis Kelly are different players. Lewis Kelly is more of a player that doesn't overlap and or play wide and maybe for first hand sometimes. But in terms of Califori, it's always overlapping, so we have a space there to penetrate. So I want a player like Estevao to utilize that position, and we know he's good on his both feet. He can score and
He
create for
was
us.
smoking.
Exactly. So that's why I'm thinking about California because I think California will start that game for me.
How about you can say we see Gittins, because Gittins can play on either flanks. We see Gittins on the right hand side, and Neto on the left hand side, because Gittins is an excellent dribbler himself. How about that solution and keep Ostava on the bench and see if there be any need to bring him on? Maybe when Arsenal players tire out. But let's hear you.
I don't think even in Gittings or Garnacho will start this game. I personally I think Petro Neto and Estevao are going to start this game. Petro Neto on the left and Estevao on the right. That's my opinion. But again, let's see what will happen.
And I think Neto starts this game because his defensive contribution is will be key on the day, in my opinion. But if you're in the chat, let's hear your thoughts. Do you want the manager? Would you like the manager to start Estevao on today, or would you rather him come off the bench? Let's hear your opinion on that. Let's see. I think we've read this. This here reads. Let's see what it reads. It would be stupid to underestimate the league leaders. I'm sure. Again, yeah, they're more than up for it. A London derby. It's a serious game. One of the biggest games of the season, really. And the fact that we're second in the table makes it even more a serious game. You cannot be the best if you have never played in the Premier League. Yamal, you're nothing compared to Estevao. Houston, those are two good players, and I did express my views on why I think Estevao will eventually outshine him. Look, I can't see the future, but I'm going by their lifestyle, which I have to say, disclaimer, chances are, because I don't know him personally, chances are, that I'm not reading his personality correctly, So that's, by the way, let's see. Whilst players like Yamal are booking out whole VIP areas in clubs and surrounding themselves with their and friends, Estevao is going to church and starting charities and schools in his home country. And one thing to be clear, that's not to say that Yamal isn't doing such. Chances are he's doing, but wants to keep it anonymous. We don't know. But what we've seen, that first part of your comment, can lead to one concluding that, his lifestyle is a serious issue. So I agree. And the dwarf thing we heard about and everything else, the difference is night and day. Again, if we're going by societal perception of how one lives their lives. Or so Pogba is just one example of wasted talent through ego and immaturity. Wow. Okay. Let's see. I think he should start. Let him ride the wave. At the same time, that does carry some risk. So if you're in the chat, let's hear your thoughts. Should Estevao start on a Sunday against Arsenal? Do you think he should be rested? Rest, you will have to be clear here. He'd be on the bench. If he doesn't start, he'd be on the bench in case things don't go away. The manager will have the luxury of bringing him on to come and help make a difference on the day. But let's say your thoughts. Should he start? I'm not sure where I stand in it, but I think he'd start. I think he'd start. Arsenal like playing the game in the second half. And I think Maresca also is good. On his stay, he makes good changes, reads the game very well, knows what what areas to tweak for things to change in our favor. What is it saying? No, I think we're good. For a multitude of reasons, I'm guessing. He says the charges are bad. I think we could get up. No, I don't think so. I think the owners will sue the crap out of the FA if they do that. No, they will not. Look at how we started out things with UEFA. Fine, we could face fine and no points deduction. If we're going to face points deduction, it will not be anything that will lead to us getting relegated. If anything, it will lead to us not winning the league or maybe finishing like lower than would finish with the points. One thing to bear in mind is that we saw those. I mean, I think it'd be correct to call it financial malpractice or financial irregularities, and self-reported it. At the time, people called it snitching. But if you understand business, if you understand how things work, if you understand, you can say in the legal world, the importance, you can say admitting you made a mistake, but you're sorry. And in this case, that we didn't actually, the club made the mistake as an entity. When the club has new owners who knew nothing about the bookkeeping irregularities or financial irregularities or financial malpractice. They knew nothing about it. And had they kept quiet, I don't think that the FA will find out so soon. If they do, then they'd go to court and stretch it. You can say they will sue the life out of them. I don't see a world where we face such measure of punishment that we get relegated. And I'm saying that confidently. I don't see what way it happened. It happens. They will sue the crap out of the FA. What happened to Man City? What happened to Everton? In their case, they didn't self-report. In the Man City's case, actually, they're denying it. They're cooking books in public, actually. But Tibero, if you want to add to that, let's hear you.
Yeah, I think this is one of the reasons why even Manchester City are not found yet, because as much as they want to find them, those big teams bring a lot of money in the Premier League. So if they find Manchester City, I think the Premier League are going to lose a lot of money, and they know these owners also have one of their best lawyers, so they're going to sue the Premier League as well. So it's 50-50. That's why this kind of cases delay. So I'm not worried about it. And like you said, we reported ourselves. So clearly, if we get maybe a penalty for that, I think will be a smaller one or an understandable one for me personally.
Yeah, I agree. They will show, you can say, considerable. They'll be lenient. The hammer will not land with full force, but definitely will face some measure of punishment, just because the law is again exists, and I think all the clubs will cry foul. Like Everton who faced a point deduction. If we don't face any, irrespective of the fact that we self-reported, I think they're not going to be happy. They'd sue the FA too. Give me 1 second here. Let me take care of this. So
Guys,
I'm not
please can you
concerned.
like and
Yeah, go ahead.
subscribe to the channel. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you're new.
Yeah, more likes, people, more likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. And once again, welcome to the Blue Morning Show. We're back. We come on every day, 4:30 every day CST. There's been issues with the timing a little bit. You can say postponement because we're struggling with system issues, and we're also experimenting today with this particular format. And so far, from what I'm saying, it has looked good, but I was pre-warned that it was going to cause a bit of confusion. Yes, Estevao should start. I believe he has what it takes to be a real difference. And here's the thing. In terms of tracking back, actually, he does it very well. And he does it, you could say, with papers. It doesn't. You could say, I hate mentioning Noni Madueke's name. Not like Noni Madueke, you could see at the you could say in those games where he tried to play a part in the defensive aspect of the game, he looks useless. But in Esteva's game, he's such an intelligent player that I think it'd be accurate to say that he's able to read the game from an offensive perspective, even though in the moment he's trying to contribute defensively, he's able to anticipate where the opposition would try to the lengths they would try to take and cut off their passes. He has, again, he's done that severally. That for me, I'm not too concerned that he'd be an issue from a defensive perspective. And I think Maresca, he's seen that too. The kid is such a footballer, man, complete footballer in my opinion. And I'm gonna just say something that yeah, people have talked about the most is that goal against Barcelona was with his weaker foot, actually. My goodness. Okay, based on meritocracy, he should. We need players to keep Lewis Kelly busy. We need a third man runner alongside Delap or whoever else could be selected to start. I think I agree. And I want to say this quickly. Delap actually created a good opportunity for us against Barcelona. Who was that you could say did a Noni Madueke there? I think a volley would have been a better try a volley there, not try to drop, not try to get the ball under control. Even if you try to get the ball under control, a chest trap and then a volley would have been excellent. But the individual in question had one too many touches. Was that Gittins? Who was that? Tobeho.
Who did what?
Against Barcelona, the lad just came to mind because he was I mentioned in there. He made a cross, a delicious cross with his left foot on a
Yeah, it's
counter.
Gittings.
Oh my goodness. I could not
What a
believe that.
cross.
That deserves a goal.
Exactly. I even
yeah, go ahead.
I even tweeted about it that deserves a goal. It just should have been an assist.
Yeah, that you can say, I don't know. Even Gittins, he does know how to hit it one time, and he has excellent touch. I thought that was it. That we're getting the fourth goal at the time. I could not believe what happened, but that just shows again the aspect of the Labs game that people don't. People think he's just a powerful number 9. He's excellent on the ball. He's highly technically gifted, but usually when you're a power striker, people hardly ever don't usually look beyond that aggressive aspect of your game to see that there's more to the way you apply yourself on the pitch than just being a powerful striker. But yeah, Ty, thank you for that. Starting the attack. Yep. Let's see what else we have here. Ty is having a good conversation there with Drick 1905. I thought that was the spelling was D-I D-I-C-K. And I was I'm not saying that because yeah. All right. It may only be a financial penalty, and maybe 10 points will be a lot. I think if they deduct 10 points and it leads to us missing out of Champions League football, I think we'll sue the heck out of them. Yeah. The FA love money more than anything. I don't see a world where they deduct enough points that we get relegated. But let's hear your thoughts. Let's keep the topics aligned and not go back and forth. As much as I like to interact with you, going back and forth that way, it can be energy draining, even though I love it. Yeah, I don't enjoy the show when I don't interact with those of you in the chat. Estevao can put in a tackle and has great interception too. Yep, that's one aspect of his game that people don't give him credit for. He's able to read the game. You can say he's able to anticipate what the attacking players will do. He's good at cutting out passing lanes. He's done it more than once, and I don't miss those things. And I like that aspect of his game. I was never concerned whether I'd be able to deal with the physicality of the Premier League, because once I heard that we were going to sign him, I started following him. I've seen occasions where players will hack him down. He would fall, stand up, start going like nothing happened. Yeah, you paid attention too, bro, and I'm happy about that. The lapse cross from deep left wing was my goodness, it was delicious. And so that has got me to start thinking about Jan from Football Therapy, saying he's equipped enough to something to the effect of him being equipped enough to become the next Harry Kane, because there's a lot more to his game than just being that big, powerful number 9 that unsettles the opposition defenders with this physical approach of physical aspect of the game. Yeah, he has that in him, and I like that. Let's see. Big up to you too, Chelsea King. Get some. Nice to see you. I hope we will win this Sunday. I hope we will. We will still do. We're experimenting with how we structure the shows. This is not the match preview proper. We're debating whether Estevao should start on that day or not. And we'll also talk about what we need to do to beat Arsenal. But right now, the question is, do you think Estevao should be unleashed against Arsenal? I say maybe between 5 and 10 points, coach, because 10 is what they docked Everton, but wasn't even reduced. I think the points deduction was reduced after Everton took him to the court of arbitration. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tevejo.
What was reduced?
The total points deduction for Everton was reduced.
I'm not sure about it. Just forget about it.
I think they did take the matter to the football court of arbitration. Is that how you say it? And I think and it got reduced. I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, bro. I really hope we start Enzo. Okay. Santos, Estevao, Delap, or Pedro, Garnacho, or Neto. I think we probably, chances are we'd see both João Pedro and Delap. But I think we will. João Pedro didn't play at all against Barcelona, and Delap got to go. I think we'd see both. Tevejo, what do you think?
For me personally, I think we see both because those center backs are very good. So they want a player that needs to work them out. So I prefer Lem Dilemma over João Pedro in terms of doing that. So I hope Lem Dilemma start that game. Even João Pedro, I think, will start, but again, it's so hard to predict Enzo Maresca sometimes.
He's predictably unpredictable. Yeah. Let's see, coach. It's not a debate. He should start and rest him against Leeds. I think the Leeds game will actually, oh my goodness, it's difficult to say really, but I'm not sure, but it would make sense to rest him. But I think we'll need him in that game because he has the fear factor. you could say earn us a penalty on the day with his trickery, because Arsenal defenders, they find it difficult to stop him. But Gittes is capable of operating in that manner too. He's an excellent dribbler too. Um, wow. Yeah, dang it. It's 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 not that simple, really. But we need them. As much as I'd like the manager to rest him, we need him. Gittes can do his thing against Leeds United. But Leeds, they play. You think that Marcelo Bielsa is still their manager? Maybe it's a club thing. But quickly, I digress. Let me ask you this quickly, Tavejo. You've seen Leeds play since they returned to the Premier League, right? The same way they played under Marcelo Bielsa. It's like it's a Leeds team to play high octane football always.
Yeah, they play the same football. It seems like this is the philosophy of their club, or maybe the sporting directors who's there. So they don't change a lot.
They don't. The same high octane football, end to end, like speed, everything. Not wow. It's it's not gonna be an easy game for us. Um, but yeah, let's see. 10 points. You think it's gonna be? I don't think it'd be up to 10 points. If they say 10 points, I don't think we'd just take it and say, okay, thank you. We appreciate you being lenient. I think we'd say no. It depends on the impact of the points. Yeah, Tabeo, let's talk about this. If they deduct 10 points and 10 points deduction, if it means that we'll be out of top four and miss out of the next edition of the Champions League, I don't think we'd say, yeah, thank you. Okay, we appreciate that. You being lenient. I don't think that. I don't think so. If they deduct 10 points and we're still in the top five, I think we just take it and not complain. But let me hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Unfortunately, we will have to accept the charges and make sure that we grant results and be in the top four. Because if they take 10 points, it would be really hard for us to challenge for the league. Because I think, for me personally, if we beat Arsenal on Sunday, I think we are good enough to challenge for the league if we beat Arsenal. But again,
But if
the
you get
squad is not.
yeah, I mean, you can if that happens, we cannot deny that we're in the title race. Even now, mathematically, we're still in the title race, irrespective of whether one thinks we're ready or not. But go ahead with what you're saying.
Yeah, as I said, I think if we beat Arsenal, we are good enough to challenge for the league. But again, the Premier League man is so tough. We need to be consistent. But hopefully, like the players like Cole Palmer come back, Isugo, Levi. I think we can go to toe with Arsenal. Even Man City, I don't rule them out because Man City sometimes if they start being consistent, they can beat everyone.
Yeah, and bro, Gittins can get that level. He can get to that level. But Tobeho, here's my specific question here. Let me say this again. Maybe I didn't break it down well enough for you. Are you there, Tobeho? I'm saying,
Yes, I'm
let's
here.
say we finish top four, and then you can say the FA decides to wield their punishment at the end of the season, and they say, okay, you know what? We're deducting 10 points from your points tally, and if again, and then after deducting 10 points, it means that we'll be out of Europe. Europe. We're not going to participate in the next edition of the European football because it means that we're not going to be in the top five. I don't think we'll take it and say thank you. I think we'll take them to football court of arbitration. Is that what it's called? Or CAS? I'm not sure what they're called. But if they take out 10 points and we're still in Champions League, that's the only time I'd say we just say that's a bit of an excessive measure of punishment, but it's all good. We move on. Do you get my point now?
Yeah, now I understand you. But again, to add to that, what if they take 10 points and you already won the league? What will happen? I think
I
the
think
staff,
we will
the,
not. We will sue them. We will not take it as
Exactly.
we'll argue that that's an excessive measure of punishment, because we will always bring up the fact that we self-reported the issue, and whatever happened under the previous owner, not us. And because we don't do such, we saw it and self-reported it. And had we not self-reported that, you wouldn't have seen it. We still argue that that's the case. But go ahead, what you were saying.
Yeah, I agree with you. If we are they take 10 points and we are comfortable in the top four, I think we won't fight. But again, if you are in the top four and they take 10 points and you want to qualify for the Champions League, even the Europa League, Chelsea will have to fight with the Premier League. So it's not easy to everyone.
Yeah, it's not straightforward, because FA themselves, they're gonna be cautious. They wouldn't want to do anything that will lead to some clubs saying, yeah, they you can say that's not okay, that's not enough punishment. And because I'm quite sure some clubs will say that. Yeah. But they will fine us and they will drop the charges. They cannot afford to toss out the money with this exciting team and the business we bring to the table, and that is deep, which you could argue a lot of people will not see it like that. It's business, and then, on so many levels, they wouldn't want a situation where, I don't think it would get to that anyway, that the after points deduction would get relegated. They wouldn't want that to happen. We contribute to the value of the league a lot. This, you can say there's so many aspects to that situation, so I agree with you. More likes, people. More likes. Keep dropping the likes. On the stream. The likes do go a long way. In total, we have 76 people following the show, 27 on the landscape format, and 6 on the vertical portrait format. Not bad. 16 likes, but we can do a lot better than that. It's an experiment, and so far the experiment looks good. It's just that I've gotten used to using the other web application than this one. This one, a lot of improvements too. This one also has teleprompter. I haven't tried that. It has nearly all the features that the other one have, but for some, you could say I'm just more used to the other one. Like right now, more likes, people. More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. The more likes we garner, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered and be forced to push the stream to more people who will be interested in the topics we have lined up. So the question, should Enzo Maresca start Estevão Willian on Sunday? I think he should. Let him ride the waves, like somebody in the chat said. I think it was Drick 1905 that said that. He's on a high. Keep him there. I don't think playing against Arsenal means he's being overplayed. I think he can play that and then be rested against Leeds United, or have him on the bench if need be. He comes on to help make a difference. If things go our way out that day and we don't need him, then he rests for the entirety of the game. But let's see. He might start him. I see the lab starting too. So let's talk about Cole Palmer, Tebejo. I'm really not sure where we're at with his situation. Do you think he gets to play? Some people suggest he won't play on Sunday. But let's say Tebejo. And if you're in the chat, if you have any update with regards to Cole Palmer's fitness, whether you think he'd play on Sunday, let us know. I'm not sure he plays. My understanding from what I've read online is that, yeah, he's not quite there yet, even with the custom-made shoes that will help with his stumped toe. I don't see him starting. All right, Tebejo looks like he's gone. But if you're there, let's hear your thoughts. I'm going to prepare news hunting still to see if anything new has emerged since the show started. All right, I'm going to go back to Vince's timeline to see if we can see. Give me 1 second here. Oh my goodness, why is it slowing down like this? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. It looks like this is struggling a bit. I am not sure what's going on. All right, there you go. I think you might be working now. So what do we have here? Kukurea grassed him up, said he kicked the wall or something after losing a game of FIFA and hurt his little toe. That was funny, really. In all honesty, that was very funny. Again, at the time, I thought the manager was just playing a mind game that he would definitely play against Barcelona and Arsenal, especially after we heard that, the club got him a custom-made shoes to help with the toe injury. But yeah, I did ask the question how we've all at one point or the other stumped our toes on something in the house, but I don't think it has happened to me to a measure where where I'd say if I want to play football that I can't play. Even growing up, I've had situations where I had to stump my toe and still play with it, but I'm not trying to be a jerk here. What happened to him happened to him. I wasn't there when it happened, so I don't think it makes sense to just try to argue that it was nothing serious. If you get my point. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We will play. Did you see him? He will play. Did you see him on the bench? Boy was ready to get an play during the Barca game. I think he gets 30 minutes. I think if he's ready to play, I think he'd start the game. Maybe again, you could be. Chances are you're right. Chances are he comes off the bench and not start the game. But yeah, if he plays a part, I'd be happy. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to go to Vince's timeline to see if anything new emerged as the show progressed. But for some reason, Firefox is kind of slow, not loading as it should, and I don't want to start showing blank screen here. Jeez, what is this? All right. Ty says Cole Palmer may not start. Playing him against Arsenal would be too soon. I feel it, but that's just me. I'm not too sure what's going to happen. We're not sure how fit he is. But chances are the manager didn't play him against Barcelona because he was confident we were going to get a result. That he wants him to still not play and recover fully to be able to, you can say, play and be effective against Arsenal. But there's no way to tell that was the case. All right. Okay. Yeah, that leads to that guy there stretching and not displayed properly. That's showing on the screen, but does it really matter? It doesn't. Back in the day, that would have got him a massive fine. Yeah, but it depends on what happened. Yeah, it depends on what happened, really. Then there's no way to tell what happened. Hello from Brazil, and that's Renato Miglorini. I hope I pronounced your last name correctly. Renato Miglorini, thank you for joining us. I'm quite sure our Brazilian fan base will grow exponentially given Estêvão Willian's exploits as a Chelsea player, and I love it. As Jessica Frota will say on X, make Chelsea Brazil again. It was the Ian Wright Arsenal contract that he could smoke cigar or ride a motorbike. He got caught and he couldn't, you mean? Okay, he got caught and fined for risking his playing time. Yeah, because his absence will be problematic for the club. Yeah. Renato, did I pronounce your last name correctly? Renato Miglio. Okay, Renato Miglorini. I think it sounds easy to pronounce. We love Brazil. Yeah, we do. We do. I don't remember any Brazilian players we've had at the club that didn't do well. They all, except for the ones, one that came on loan in Pato, and you could argue at the time he was washed already. Thank you so much for saying that. And we do love Brazilians too. So I wanted to check if anything, something new emerged as the show progressed. I'm not sure anything did, but Firefox is acting weird in a weird manner right now. Not it's not loading the pages. Yeah, the page is slowing down for some reason. I think X is the reason that is happening, and I'm not sure why. So I don't like it when that happens. Let's see if anything new has emerged. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation. And at this point, if you have any questions for me, put it in the chat, live chat session. And please, if you're new here, the rule is you don't ask a difficult question. If you do, I'll pretend I cannot see your question and move on. I'm just kidding. Ask whatever you want to ask. And if I'm not ready, if I don't have an answer to your question, I'd let you know. It's really that simple. I don't owe you that. You don't owe me anything either. We're just here to have a conversation. And in most cases, after a debate, arrive to or at a sensible conclusion. So, yeah, good news. Slot is staying. I'm happy. But here's the thing. I've said this before. Tactically, I don't trust him. But one thing I want to make clear is this: Liverpool will eventually click. And I did tell people when some was saying if they sign Isaac, sign what's the other player they signed, then that's it, that they're definitely winning the league. Is it Ekitike? Yeah, I think so. I told them no. Because, yeah, if you paid attention, they made a lot of changes. And if you pay attention, the importance, if you knew the importance of the players they let go, one in particular, in the one that joined Bayern Munich, and the other one that it'd be correct to call Mr. and Mrs. Darwin Núñez, irrespective of whether he misses, you could say, the easiest of chances. There are other aspects of his games that helped Liverpool be, you could say, contributed to Liverpool's strength. Yeah. Now, so eventually they will click. They'll start winning games easily, but it might take a bit of time because right now, their issue, it'd be correct to say that their problem is compounded by the fact that they seem to be suffering also from lack of confidence, and that's a huge, huge problem to solve. Usually, when a team's poor form turns into a low confidence, it becomes a much more difficult problem to solve. It's either the manager leaves or the manager makes wholesome changes and stick with the newly introduced players, part the changes in question for a while to turn things around. So, and you can say in their case, low confidence is a factor now, and coming back from it is not going to be easy. But the truth remains, eventually it will click. But right now, you can argue they're definitely not necessarily out of the title race. It could change like this. But let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 18 likes on the landscape view and 9 likes on the vertical view. We can do much, much better than those numbers. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? We have, I need to shut off this because, yeah, it just leads to the line being a lot. That reads, honestly, I like our setup and attacker, but my only going into Arsenal game is their physicality and set piece. If we can match their intensity, we will give them a real fight. I think we can. The whole thing comes down to how the manager, what approach the manager feels like will be the one to help us get a good result against them on the day. Yeah. Let's see. Those Arsenal players have so much energy. It's almost suspicious. The FA might need to pop into the dressing room for a little, dope test. I get it. But dang it, it is average overall. Liverpool signed Isaac Ekitike and Waits plus another, and I think the right back or right wing, the replacement for the one that went to Real Madrid and paid 500 million, and Calaga, the end said nothing. He actually did say they need to make signings in January. Have you not seen that? Yeah, he said they need to make some. Yeah. Thank you so much for saying that, Renato. Tommy Glarini, I appreciate you. Yep. Miglorini. All right. Let's see. Carcas. Yeah, a lot of signings. You could say some of them. I'm not sure, but that's, by the way. Let's look at what we have. Yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah, did I remove it? Really? All right. Look at it. Slot is staying. Yeah, it looks like. But I did see something, clearly fake news right now, that suggests that that he'd been sacked. All right, Sean Wright Phillips urges Chelsea to sign Newcastle centre back Malik Thiaw. Is that how you pronounce his name? Obviously, it's a bit cruel of me to say Chelsea need to go and buy him already, but in terms of his ability, he is exactly what that backline needs. Newcastle are no longer a selling club. If we go and say we want this player, I think with the experience of another prolonged transfer saga, and I don't think we do that, except if it's going to be a transactional transfer, if you understand what I mean, just like we did. We sold them. What's this kid that I love so much? But initially it was a loan, but the deal, deep in the deal, we had something, that made it clear that this was just us, that we're selling him to Newcastle United as long as he played a certain number of games. So, and we have a good relationship, owner to owner relationship. Actually, I don't think we do that, and they're no longer a selling club. Actually, I don't want to. I wouldn't want us to do that either. And chances are we're not going to sign centre back. Mikel Arteta on facing Chelsea. I think he probably praise us. That's his thing. You can say the Pep disciples is their thing to praise the opposition team. You just have to watch the game they played against Barcelona to understand how difficult and tough it would be, and what a good team Chelsea are. Yeah, but yeah, I get it. I think this guy, if the season ends and he doesn't win anything, I think he'd be gone. Honestly. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes to go along where Newcastle has called the castle does tend to be rubbed too much. Yeah. Can we keep dropping the likes on the stream, people? 19 likes on the landscape view. We should be doing a lot better than that. And if you have any questions, drop it. I'll try to answer it. And I want to hear your thoughts. What do we have to do to beat Arsenal? Let's hear your opinion. So Kukurea had two plans. Stay tight when Yamal is receiving the ball, and if he's far from Yamal, mark the space. He likes cutting in and show him outside. It works. And I remember the pre-game show, you can say the match preview show, prediction, you can say the lineup prediction exercise. I did say, yeah, Yamal to a considerable extent is actually very predictable. He's always cutting back in. And if you're allowed, but he's so dangerous that he's so good at, you can say, doing that, that even though you knew he was going to do that, you'd still find it difficult to stop him. Yeah, so Yamal to a considerable measure is very predictable. That doesn't mean he's not a good player. Yeah, and I did say that, but I think it was my friend Eugene that said he's seen enough to know that he's not predictable. He is. That doesn't mean he's a bad player. That doesn't mean he's not one of the best young players in world football. He still is, but to a considerable measure, you can say at any given moment, it'd be easy to anticipate what he's going to do. You could argue that was one of the main reasons why Cucurella was able to pocket him, as Chelsea fans like to say, but at the same time, you say neutralize him effectively, really, that he got frustrated. You could tell from his look, the look on his face that, yeah, he got frustrated. But I am surprised Yamal didn't try to attack through the middle like he did in La Liga last weekend. I think that is actually Flick trying to, you could say, make him a much better player. But that's not necessarily his thing, in my opinion. But and King Knight education. Let's see what King Knight has to say here. I don't want to open something that will lead to, you can say, the system slowing down again. As you can see, it's not even loading properly. It's still spinning. That issues from X, not my internet connection, by the way. Coaches, watch this video. A very nice but very simple analysis from Henry here about how Cucurella denied Yamal coming inside onto his shooting foot. Again, this actually highlights, you could say, or justifies my argument that Yamal is predictable to a considerable extent. Because, yeah, almost always cutting back in and trying to shoot. Yeah, as Henry put it there, he's trying to, you could say, cut back in and utilize his shooting foot. So yeah, Joshua Kimmich. Okay, let's see. Joshua Kimmich rates Chelsea Football Club over Arsenal. It was clear that it wouldn't be a game like the one against Chelsea, where it's most about playing football. I knew he was going to cook Arsenal. It doesn't matter. The way the opposition plays doesn't really matter. This has gone dark again, and I'm not sure how soon it shows. I don't like it. It's become quirky of late. So I knew Joshua Kimmich was going to complain about Arsenal, you can say, how defensively solid they are. For me, I don't care. You can say it gets them results. I don't complain about how, you can say, the opposition team, how they defend. Does it matter? It doesn't freaking matter. It's something that has worked for them. Let them do their thing. So I saw that he's picked Chelsea over them because, yeah, we play in a manner that, you can say, doesn't frustrate. We played in a manner that didn't frustrate them the time we played against them. So he's just cooking Arsenal for being defensively solid, in my opinion. Where did we stop here? Okay, because we've read that, and big up to you too. Let's go back to Vince's timeline. Dang it, it's still dark, which means it's not loading properly. So I'm just gonna remove that window. I'm gonna go with this window and not show that. I'm trying to fix that so they'll be able to look at what we have on the screen together. But yeah, X has been quirky of late. It's not working, really. It's still spinning. And I don't want to show you that screen, really. So if you have any questions, drop it. I'll try to address it. And remember, please don't ask difficult questions. Otherwise, I will pretend I cannot see your question. And by the way, I think maybe I will just refresh this, then go to this window so you see how Chelsea compares to Arsenal, irrespective of whether we have a crop of extremely highly talented players. I think they're more of a unit than we are, and it'd be correct to say right now they are the better side on paper, but the better side doesn't always win. But we're going by what numbers tell us, and also eye test too. Both complement each other. You could argue it'd be accurate to say that, yeah, Arsenal the better side at the moment. More importantly, they're more of a unit than we are. We still have a long way to go to get to their level in terms of playing as a unit. So let's look at what this spider graph tells us. It shows that Arsenal they're better at pressing than us. More goals than us. The table doesn't lie. That you could see if you check the Premier League table, check goals tally, you'd see that they have they have better goals return than us. Better attacking numbers, better ball possession, counter attacks better than us, defending better than us. The only aspect metric where we're slightly better than them is physicality, and I didn't even know that was going to be the case actually, but I think it's believable. But here's the thing: one thing to also pay attention to, you could say, take away from the spider graph is that Arsenal, the better side at the moment, given the fact they're more of a unit than we are. You can say that their projects have come a long way too, but it remains the disparity in terms of strength, overall strength defined by the metrics we're looking at on the screen here. They're actually not that you can say we're not that far behind. Yeah, we've made great progress, and that's why the disparity in those metrics and they're not yawning. The gaps aren't yawning, just slightly better in those areas. And in the one aspect where we're better, it's slightly better than them. So they're not that much better than us if we're going by what the numbers here tell us. Estevao, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I'm just watching the spider web there. I think, like you said, they are not better than us. We are almost the same. But advantage about them, I mean, is that they have already have Mikel Arteta, I think, for 5 or 6 years already. So they know how he plays. So with Enzo Maresca, this is his second season. So Arsenal have the upper hand in terms of that. But again,
I mean,
we need to
quality
win
player,
against
you
them.
can say talent pool. You can say we have a lot of talents. They have a lot of talents. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you're right. In terms of quality players, they have quality players. I can say experienced players because their average age is better, is higher than us. At the moment, we have a lot of players that are developing at Chelsea, so that's the difference. But again, I trust Enzo Maresca. Hopefully, he have a good game plan against Arsenal on Sunday.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yep. In terms of squad strength, quality, pretty much the same. You could argue in some aspect we actually have better players, and maybe I'm just being biased because I'm a Chelsea fan. Uh, but the two teams, they do have a very good squad, but the difference is that they're more of a unit than we are, and that can make a huge difference. But that I hope they come into the game with the mindset that the 3 points already theirs. I hope they do. Well, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yes, let's get the likes up, people. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. What else do we have here? Let me catch up so we can go news hunting on Vince's timeline. I think I've read all these things. Did I scroll back up? I probably most definitely did. So otherwise, why am I seeing those? If you've watched Sunderland, you know how physical and intense they are. That's why they made life difficult for Arsenal and us too. Yeah, and us too. I agree. They're very physical, really. Arsenal could have actually lost that game, but they didn't give up. They were persistent, pressured Sunderland too. We will need the lab type of player for that match, and if we can shut down Rice, Zubimendi, and their fullbacks, we can actually win. I think we can, but we need to put in the work needed to win. And I'm going to come back to that particular comment. Let me highlight it. I want us to talk about it. How man, hi to you too. For all I need to go now. All right, see you next time. Thank you. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. Hopefully we'll see you next time. More likes. I see you're trying there, Drake. You have to use an exclamation mark. More likes, just like I did here. Yeah. All right, let's get the likes up. And Drake is saying here, if our midfield wins the war, we will win the battle. Yep. Yep, I think the same thing here. But Tabel, let's talk about it. Is this that sort of game where if we play with a three-man midfield, if we can accommodate Andrea Santos, Moises Caicedo, and Enzo Fernandez, you can say what you like about him. He still contributes defensively in a lot of ways. But let's hear you, Tabejo. Is it that sort of game where we'd be better at playing with three midfielders to be able to deal with Arsenal's more experienced midfield pairing?
Yes, actually, I would love that because Andres Santos just catching up and now he's showing his real talent after the game against Burnley, even the Barcelona game, the second half game, he played very well. So I wouldn't mind to start him, but again, I think the reason why we won't start him is because we already have 10 midfielders available. So no Lavia, no Esego available. So if maybe Lavia was available, I think we would have started Lavia, Enzo, and Caicedo. That's our normal Enzo Maresca do in big games. So it'll be very interesting if we start Andre Santos with Enzo and Caicedo.
So you're saying starting him will be more like putting so the whole eggs in the single basket because we already have two midfielders out.
Exactly, and we're playing again I think on Wednesday night, if I'm mistaken. So we have to rest, rotate these players. So I don't know, man. I would like to have them to start, but again, since Lavi and Isigo are out, it's risky for me.
Yeah, I think it does make sense. We have to be economical with the midfielders we have available to us. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to field the three of them, but I think he might actually do it. I don't know. I'm not sure why X is behaving like this, and I don't like it. We're supposed to go news hunting, and look at what it's doing. Really, I don't. Oh my gosh, I don't like
Yeah,
this.
I don't know
But
why.
yeah, a lot of crap there. Did I tell you, like, if I'm exchanging messages with Dante, I don't see the messages he sent me. He sends me on my phone, but I see them on the iPad. So I'm not sure why
Yeah,
this
I
type of
think
thing.
people are not aware of this. If you check on your phone, right, there's a DM section, right, that normally we used, and also there's a section called chat. So that's the difference uh, on X at the moment. I've realized that if you, for example, on the chat you can share links, files, and everything, but on a DM you can't do that. So I think this is the
I
difference.
thought they've
If you can
removed
double
one.
check that, no, they didn't remove. They removed them. They are both there on a phone. On a phone, I haven't used it on a computer or a laptop yet, so I don't know this.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think this is gonna take time. I mean, I'm trying to open um X timeline so we can go news hunting here, but this is a bit problematic, and I just do not know why. And I don't want to open it on the same browser as the one where the web application we're using for the streaming is. Yeah, but let's see. Give me 1 second here. But if you have any questions, to drop it in the live chat session. I will try the best I can to address your question. And remember, do not ask any difficult questions. To build any topics you want us to talk about, while I wait for Vince's timeline to load so we can go news hunting. I'm not sure why. The chances are the browser might be the issue, actually. I don't know. But it's really annoying how slow it's loading. It's not loading very, very well.
So
Uh,
who would you start as a striker against Arsenal?
I think the lap starts. Plus, he scored a goal against Barcelona, and could have, you could say, finished the game with an assist if it wasn't for the fact that Gittins tried. You could say Gittins tried to multiple touches to get the ball under control. So I would start the lap. I think with chances I would see both the lap and João Pedro, who didn't play a part in our game against Barcelona. I think he starts definitely. How about you?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we should start both Lem Delep and João Pedro because remember we are playing at home, so we should go at them. I know we need to stay compact, balanced, but again, we are playing at the Stamford Bridge, so I think starting João Pedro as a 10, Lem Delep as a striker, I think it gave us a good chance to win this game. So let's see, man. But I hope we do that. But we know Enzo Maresca have his own game plan. We haven't thought about it yet. We're going to talk about it on Sunday after seeing the lineup. Then we can address it on the panel. But I hope both of them start against Arsenal. João Pedro is well rested. Lem Dilep is hungry for more after scoring against Barcelona. And like I said, I think we need a physical striker to challenge Saliba and Mosquera or Hincapia that will start against Chelsea. So we need Lem Deleb. If it's not Lem Deleb, maybe in the second half we can play Magui just to have that physicality, causing trouble for Arsenal defense. I don't want them to relax on Sunday. I just want fire, just like the Barcelona game, because we were on fire against Barcelona and they couldn't contain us. That's why we won that game personally.
We was, you could say, yeah, we smothered them if you want. If our midfield wins the war, we will win the battle, and I think we will. I think we're capable of doing that, but let's see. Well, okay. Hope you all have a great day and a fantastic weekend. Big up y'all. All right, my brother. See you next time when you get a chance. I honestly think he starts Sanchez. I think Gusto starts James against Saka. Let's talk about it. Santos didn't start against Barcelona. I think he starts this game. I think he starts against Arsenal. And Wira, I see Wira have joined the conversation. I want your detailed response on whether you think Estevão Willian should start against Arsenal, and the same with you, ID crisis man. Let's hear you. Let's see what you have here. And Wira says, bring Estevão and Neto off the bench. Let George and Garnacho give off the sense of us playing possum. Santos should start, but we will see Enzo in pivot when James at pivot shows it works. I think Santos will start. Yeah, the question now is who else? But let's see what happens here. Definitely, Ken Caicedo will start. The lap in front of Pedro, how many times has he been successful? I don't remember. Maybe again, the truth remains. Have they produced goals? No. I've seen a bit of, you could say, confusion there. So we might not see that happen again. So I agree. I do agree. We might not see that happen again. Yeah. The way
But
João Pedro.
but
Go ahead.
but we can argue that as much as they haven't offered anything yet at the moment, but they need to play together in order for them to find chemistry. I know against Arsenal might be risky, but again, we need a physical striker against Arsenal. I don't want to see João Pedro studying against Arsenal as a first line because he won't offer anything. They're going to bully him.
Yeah, I agree. It hasn't worked, but playing together is the only way it gets to work at some point. So I agree with you. I think the manager he's going to keep doing it, but if it's not been producing results, do I think he'd do it against Arsenal? When you say, I don't think he'd do it against Arsenal. I think he'd do it against teams that you could argue that he's certain we're going to win. But let's see what happens. Pedro sitting behind Guy makes more sense. Guy pressing machine. Whether Guy plays on the day, I don't know. And I'm happy for what is happening at the club at the moment. Dwayne, thank you, Mr. Dwayne, for joining the conversation. Glad to see that you're happy. A lot of people are. Go ahead.
Just to add, on that, right? I hope if maybe, can you hear me?
Yeah, crystal clear.
Okay, I just hope that if we have a slip up, if we can have a slip up, I hope he will be happy as well and support Enzo Maresca because the issue we are having at the moment, if we lose one game, oh my gosh, we will see a lot of crazy stuff. We're going to read a lot of crazy stuff. So hopefully back the team until the end.
Man, I tried the best I can to stay objective. I don't let people drag me into, you can say, fight, emotional driven conversations. I don't like that. But yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah. Let's see. To be honest, Arsenal were just falling there on accord. It's just them, whether we start their downfall or not. I mean, I haven't called who wins the league or not at this point, but what I saw, let's wait a bit. Do you think signing someone like Denzel Dumfries keeps Gusto as backup and pushing Reece James into midfield would be a good move?
Jesus Christ, Dumfries in 2025. Ah, man.
How old is he now? How old is Dumfries now?
I'm not sure yet. I'll double check.
I think it's beyond the age, and probably it's not
double.
going to happen.
Man, I don't like him, man. He doesn't fit the way we play, actually. So, nah, man. Dumfries, come on.
Denzel Dumfries. How old is he now? Should be more than 25 or around 25. I'm not sure.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Denzel Dumfries' age.
29. 29 years. Jesus Christ.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah. So let's just move on. I've no need wasting my energy trying to figure out whether it makes sense to sign him or not. And Jay here says we've won one of the last 10 matches against Arsenal. Do you know? 1 second.
Yeah, Jay, I understand you, bro. Man, that's why I've checked the record recently against Arsenal. It's so bad, man.
But
and I remember
from is a hoodoo breaker.
Yeah, I agree with you, but man, we need to start now. We need to start on Sunday because I remember Anna Thomas Tuchel every time when they played us at home, they used to beat us for fun. And Tuchel was making mistakes every time we played against Arsenal at home. He was making silly rotation, and they always smoked us. Man, that was annoying. So hopefully Enzo Maresca won't do such thing.
I think he would want to humble Arsenal. I'm going to use that term. Because you can argue we weren't lucky with them the last season against them, really. But let me read through what is here against Arsenal. Do you know how bad That is from a banter perspective. But I think we've won more, a lot more than them with okay, but and our home record is a joke against them. I don't know about you, but this is a must win. Every game is a must win. I don't wait until we have issues before saying certain games are must win games. Here's the I trust Thomas Tuchel, and I'm gonna mention once again that he's a hoodoo breaker. He's broken our hoodoo against what's it called? Was those Thomas Frank's former club. Even Thomas Frank was still their manager at the time. So I think he can. But let's see, honestly. Let's see. Big up to you too once again, Brianna Yahayu. I appreciate you finding time to join the conversation. If Arteta plays Nosegard Rice in the midfield, we cannot use Enzo in pivot. We need good ball retention. If that happens, not visionary passing. Heston, I don't think let's see. I think we'll probably play with a 3-man midfield. Let's see. We'll find out what happens there. Is Lavia? Nope, not going to be available until mid-December. Also, I can't remember his injury status. I didn't check.
Yeah, mid-December.
Santos and Caicedo start in pivot. We boost our chances of a clean sheet, even if we have to play Chalobah next to Fofana. I think you gotta respect Chalobah, even if you feel like it's not good enough. He's been actually one of our best defenders, irrespective of the fact I believe we can do better than him. Honestly, since mid-season,
yeah,
till now, he's been one of our best defenders. He's not been perfect, but yeah, I'm grateful that we actually called him back. Oh yeah, 29. Thank you for that information. I don't. He's not coming, and I think salary will almost always be an issue. What else do we have here? Cuckoo and James fullback. Sanchez Caicedo pivot. I will only start Estevao on the wings if it's a George on the other flank. That's a good balance. Enzo or Bueno in camp. I think Bueno will find it difficult to play. And do you remember? We talked about him? What game was it? We talked about how he's looked good on the ice, right? He's looked good. The flicks, the quick passes, the controls, but his productivity doesn't warrant him starting games. Actually, maybe the manager gives him another opportunity. I don't know, but let's hear you, Tobelo.
yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm disappointed in Facundo Bonanota because I thought he was going to give us something different, but again, it's not showing that. I remember those games talk about the Ajax one. He was so good, but again, but not good enough. I remember the game he played very well. He scored a goal, but again, that first half was horrible. Every play was horrible, but the second half he played much better and he scored a goal. But overall, I'm more disappointed with Facundo Bonaneta, but again, I'm glad it's a loan move. It's not a permanent deal because I was upset that we let Xavi Simons go and we signed Facundo Bonaneta, which didn't make sense. But again, he said to add numbers to rest some players. Hopefully, can get better because at the moment, I don't see him starting a lot of games. He must start maybe the game against Cardiff City, maybe that one he must start. But again, Premier League, I'm not sure.
Yep. EJ Twice. I like the way you spell your name there. That reminds me of Two Face and Nice, Twice as Nice. One of my favorite songs, actually. But that's, by the way, this Chelsea is different. They are ready to dominate a 15 Premier League and 11 Champions League in 20 years. Okay. I mean, who's just never say never. But oh, dang it, man! You must have visited the feature. Arsenal left flank can be taken advantage of. Who they play at left back, that's why Cuckoo and Judge on the left can cause them problems. And I think Weira, you can say you've redirected the discussion to a more aligned topic, because right now we're talking about how Chelsea can beat Arsenal. Let's hear your opinions. We're waiting, but we're so far excellent contributions from you. Beating 10-man Barcelona is not a major accomplishment. The real challenge is Sunday. Can they show evolution, or will they give the enemy ammunition? Even though I like the rhymes there, I still don't like you. I don't like you, man. Sweetheart, stop commenting. Go away. Just leave me the heck alone, okay? My series will be Badiashile and Fofana, both still. I do that. But the chances are one of them will drop. Height building from the back is possible with the two of them, but Chalobah has to keep it as simple as possible and release the ball as quickly as possible. He's not the best at it, but he's good enough. Fofana is most intelligent and a smart defender, a good box defender too. Again, when he recovered, that is the last version of his recoveries, because there's been multiple. I was concerned about how he looked raw, because the truth remains the fact that injuries, because they didn't allow him to continue playing and continue to develop. He looked as raw as he was before we signed him. That's not to say he's not a good player. He's not actually, again, he's not that polished yet. But my goodness, he's one of our best center backs, and Maresca loves him. So I'd start him, and he has excellent leap in him actually. But we might see Tosin get a chance to help deal with set piece situation. And chances are we could see 3 center backs actually. Yeah.
Tosin.
Yeah, let's hear you. Remember, he played well. The last game he played. Why? I think Vince pointed that out. Then I took a step back and look at it. If he has good protection and we play in a manner that doesn't lead to him getting exposed on him, or him needing to catch up with the player to stop the opposition from scoring, then that's an issue. But I don't think we'll play in that manner against Arsenal. Yeah. So good protection.
I agree with you.
But go ahead with what you're saying. What you wanted to say.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think with Tosin at the moment, as much as he played very well against Burnley, we still need more assurance from him, because at the moment this season he haven't started good yet. So studying him against Arsenal might be much.
Since returning from injury, right?
Yes. So I rather prefer Fofana and Trevor Chalobah at the moment. Even people are saying Barcelona should start for balance, but again, Barcelona also came back from injury. I wouldn't mind studying them against Leeds. I think after Arsenal we're playing Leeds away from home, so I wouldn't mind that actually. The Arsenal game, we need players that have a quick transaction, because bro, Saka, Noni Madueke, Victor Gogeret is in my start. I don't want that. I don't want to be exposed, man.
Yeah, we again, aerially, more importantly, and Arsenal, it's their thing. I think that would be consideration for set piece situations will wield huge, a great, I guess, a measure of influence with regards to the center back pairing we see. But you could argue, João Pedro, who has excellent leap in him, can also help, and he's been helpful there in that aspect. But I still think we'd see Tosin. Honestly, all he needs is just a good protection, and we're good. And don't play. Approach the game in a manner he'd find himself in a situation where he'd have to. You could say he'd need to run back or catch up with a pacey player. And Arsenal, they have tons of pacey players. Santos is slow on the run, but Arsenal doesn't have fast midfielders. Anyways, Rice isn't fast. So I guess Santos, Caicedo pivot would work. Here's the thing. Santos might not be the quickest, but there's something he does that he does brilliantly well. Is read the game so well that you hardly ever find him in a situation where he'd need to run to catch up with the opposition player. He's almost always at the right place at the right time. Just like that sort of footballing intelligence that Thiago Silva has. Not the quickest on the pitch, but you hardly ever find yourself again. He hardly ever. You don't see him in a situation where he races against a player, let alone the player getting a chance to outpace him. That because he stops you from even getting that opportunity, if that makes sense. Let's see. Neto on the left and Estevao on the right. The Lap as striker and Enzo, Caicedo, Santos in midfield. I think Santos starts this game. The question now is what other areas would the manager make adjustments to accommodate him? Because definitely Enzo Fernandez will start. I don't see a world where Enzo Fernandez don't start. So Enzo Fernandez will start, Santos will start, but one of Reece James or what's his name, Gusto will make way.
Malo Gusto.
Or one of João Pedro or Delap will make way. But I think most likely that adjustment will be in the attacking area. Maybe we're not gonna see what's his name, Delap and João Pedro. So it's difficult to say. So there are, if you've paid attention to the manager selection pattern, you'd know that it's not easy to figure out what he's gonna do. Because as much as he's been rotating, it's important to note that the next opposition, will you can say it's a huge factor with regards to his selection process. The opposition wields immense influence with regards to who plays next. But what I don't understand yet is how the opposition's style specifically influences his selection process. But I think I can confidently say that I have a good hold of his selection pattern. But that's, by the way, Gusto, by the way, I think starts. If anything, with series him start from the bench, because Gusto is you can say one of his most important players, in my opinion. Yeah. Let's see here. We need Santos and Caicedo in pivot to nullify Rice and Zubimendi. And something Santos does, he keeps it as simple as possible, but effective at the same time. Doesn't try to overdo it. And I like that. Yeah. Arsenal's left a flank a bit, taking advantage of. That's why it's Gusto. If Gusto is used as right back, we will probably let Trossard and Martinelli get away with SHIT performances with a goal. We don't speak French here. You get what I mean, my friend? That's why I skipped it or blipped it if you want to. I see more chemistry when James and Neto start on the right flank. Gusto takes the right back in. The disconnect happens, probably because he's played mainly in a different manner. And Ezekiel Joseph Barca, hi to you too. Thank you for joining the conversation. I appreciate you all. 60 people currently on YouTube, 25 likes. If half of you take a second to like the video, we'll have at least 30 likes. So please, if you haven't, please do take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So we have in total 107 people following the show, 49 currently on YouTube. The rest are shared between X and Facebook, whether equally, Coachella doesn't know. But please, if you're following the show on Facebook or X, take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Ty saying big up to my bro there, Brianni Yahayu, or aka ID Crisis. Gusto is one of our weak points along with Gittins. I think if you call Gusto weak points, you must not, you need to go sit, try and understand the way the manager utilizes him, honestly. But that's your opinion anyway. And you know, I don't like you. Stop commenting. No way Maresca starts Fofana and Chalobah against Arsenal. That's a disaster for set piece threat. Or again, yeah. Fofana, I think he has a better leap than he's better. Let me just generalize here. He's better aerially than Chalobah. Let me not go into specific of saying better leap than. I think he's better aerially than Chalobah, in my opinion. Maresca will probably bench Estevao and start Neto because of Arsenal's physicality. Then bring on Estevao later on when legs get tired. I don't know what's going to happen, but I want Estevao to start. Badiashile is a better passer than Fofana. We know that. And Chalobah, but his defending is weak and never goes to the ground to make challenges. Yeah, I think I agree. In terms of passing ability, if we're just stick with our defensive line, it is Levi Colwell. I think the second is Badiashile, third Tosin. Yeah, before anybody else I haven't paid attention to. Let's see. EJ twice. I think this version of Chelsea is different from the Chelsea that were getting red cards. Look, that experience probably had to happen at some time. That period where we were, you could say, collecting red cards as if it was an honor. As if they were honors, maybe. I think that's the most accurate way to phrase it. It was going to happen at some point, because kids, in most cases, things need to happen to kids for them to learn. Yeah, so it happened, and you could argue they learned from it. And we heard that Delap apologized to his teammates. You could argue, from what we've seen so far, he applies himself, the physical aspect of his game, differently, not trying to do too much. Call it spade, coach. Stop, just leave me alone. Don't stop talking to me. You don't know how to fight. When you fight with someone, you don't talk to them. Okay, Chimera. All right, I think João Pedro starts, definitely. I agree. Arsenal are so confident, man. Arteta talking confidently already. I like that when that happens. That gives me confidence. Also, we're humble. We know we have a game. We know we have work to do. For them, probably, hopefully, they feel like they've secured the 3 points already. I hope that's the case. A lot of bozo moments happen against Arsenal and United. I think we're much more mature. Not a lot of bozo moments anymore. How about when defending set piece, the keeper takes a risky stepping forward into Arsenal's main target zone to push the ball away? I think in that aspect, I give Santos credit. We did again realize during the Club World Cup, maybe, but from mid-season onward, mid-season 24-25 season, we realized that we were able to deal with set-piece situations better than we did in the past. Because, yeah, he comes off his line to come claim the ball, and his high claim numbers improved significantly, which in turns reflects in the fact that we were able to deal with set-piece situations better. So, yeah. All right, what else do we have here? When defending, I think I've addressed that. What if he plays Josh and Fofana? He could. Maresca can be crazy sometimes. Honestly, he did bring on Josh versus Barca. Yeah. Why he hadn't played until then, I don't know, but I'm not complaining. We've kept how many clean sheets in a row? Josh is inexperienced, and that's the factor too to bear in mind. Josh's inexperience, no matter, irrespective of how well he's played, he will eventually become a regular starter. But the truth remains, his inexperience is a factor that the manager will always consider. Shouldn't start in big games. He's played big games and he did well. And yet Maresca played him versus Liverpool. Exactly. Let's stop overthinking things. Estevao is arguably the best winger in the league. We have to start him. Not even Cucurella can stop his stint. Let's talk about this. We know that. We know how good he can be. We know he's an excellent player. But the truth is, you want us to run him into the gutter. And you must bear in mind that he's the only player that you could argue capable of pulling a rabbit out of the hat to help us get results. So if we overplay him, overburden him, he gets burned out or maybe injured, our situation will broaden. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, coach. So please, guys, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. If you're new,
All right, thank you. There we go. We have Vince's page open. Let's see if anything new emerged as the show progressed. Give me 1 second here. All right, let's see. 26 likes. We can do a lot better than that, people. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Estevao will face off against Timber cauliflower. Better to protect him from injury. Yeah, I mean, if you understand my point.
cauliflower.
Some news. Yeah. Strasbourg's president, Mark Keller, we tried to work well with the technical team of Chelsea to have good players for Strasbourg. It would have been impossible for us to have Mike Pendas, Andrea Santos, or Petrovic in the past. So that's positive. But unfortunately, their fans don't see that. The Ultras, to be more specific, the Strasbourg Ultras don't see that. They whine a lot. And Strasbourg president Markella says that we are investing in a lot of young generations. It can happen that one player per year is good enough for Chelsea, but our project is to have all the players around top clubs in Europe, not just Chelsea. It's not correct to say they are coming to go to Chelsea, and that's not the way it is actually. Strasbourg president on Markella, the good balance is ambition, but with tradition. That's a good one. I love me some rhymes. We are investing a lot to set up an organization around the team to help the players go higher. That's in staff data, physio, player care, and scouting networks. So enough of that. Nothing serious that I could say. The £1 billion bottle jobs. Somebody's making fun of what's his name? Jamie Carragher. Marcus Rashford on losing to Chelsea. Yeah, let's hear what he has to say there. That's an interesting one. Okay, what people are actually not seeing the page, but if you want people to see it, I think we should do this. Give me a second here. Let's see. Is it this one that works better? I want something that people should be able to see what we're reading on the screen here. This one here, Marcus Rashford says, I think it's easy to say it's a difficult game, but they also did the right things with the ball. They used the extra man really well. More importantly, and they made it really tough for us to not only to arrive into the box, but also to defend. And the tempo of the game is completely dead, and we tried to jump, but then we leave spaces behind us. And if they are playing good with the ball, and then they will capitalize on these spaces. So yes, it's a tough game. Credit to them. Not necessarily down to the fact that you guys finished the game with 10 man, with 1 man down, with 10 men. Remember, the red card came right on the verge of again, the end of the first half. Arsenal are no longer set piece FC. They are scoring from open play. Set piece is still their thing. Go check how many goals they scored from set piece. From midfield, their wingers are not a concern. But the Berich is, for me, the signing of the season for them. He's a much better player than Bukayo Saka, a much better number 10 than Martin Odegaard. Better vision, better passing ability, and can finish too. And his finishes aren't always about power, but finesse. When is Maresca planning to play Quenda? Where? I don't know. When he comes, I mean, it's difficult to say. Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. But anything else you want us to talk about before we call it a day? I think we've covered everything. Estevao, are you there? Anything else you want us to talk about?
Oh no, I couldn't hear you because it's raining again now. So
Oh, it's raining. Okay, I was asking you anything else you want us to talk about before we call it a day. I think we've covered everything we have lined up. Remember, we still do the match preview show. We still do. I'm experimenting with you can say, the structure of the shows, and some. No need to talk about it here. But go ahead if you have anything else you want us to talk about.
now, coach, I'm not good. I'm not good. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you for being part of the conversation. All right, people, I want to say thank you all to all of you for finding the time to join the conversation. I cannot thank you guys enough. Thank you to Chalma 24. Thank you to Ty for joining the conversation. Thank you to Wira. Wira was here. Thank you to Chimera. You're not kind I don't like you, bro. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers. Right, let's see. I don't know how to use I don't know how to use StreamYard very well again. I don't even know where to find anything I'm looking for. Jesus Christ. Gotten used to using evening marks, not this guy here. Oh my world. Okay, I need to do it like this. Okay, probably comes on automatically. I don't know. So let me just end it.